What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another playthrough of this mystery game, The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. Still trying to figure out who killed this doctor. We're interviewing the secretary now. What do we have to ask from her? Is psychokinesis common? Is Mariana competition? Maybe we should start from the beginning. How is she today? Yeah, how was she?
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
Really?
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
Okay. So when did I ask for it? Let's see. Why would I want it? It's Mariana competition. Let's ask her that.
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Okay, what kind of stronger connection? I might have asked her this already, though. Typing it out.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
I have no idea. Let's start from, she already talked to Nathan. Is psychokinesis common?
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Or someone has been sending them. Okay. Let's get a clue. What did she do at home? Alright, let's ask her.
I'm a bit of a bookworm. I'm one of those annoying, constantly self-improving, overachieving types. Takes one to know one, eh, Doctor?
Am I a bookworm? Let's see. Yes, I like books. Or,
Have you been taking notes in our session, Doctor? Perhaps you should check them?
check my notes. What's in my notes? I should ask her. I did ask her, though. Let's tell her, but when did I ask for Mariana's address? I didn't ask her.
Well, maybe someone sneaked your phone during a session and texted. I know they all look innocent, but if it's not nailed down, there's a good chance they'll walk away with it. You know, I used to have an iPad. And a Surface.
Okay, we got a little bit extra, a little something else. Let's see. What does she mean, deal with it better? Alright, let's ask her that. What do you deal with it better? How do you deal with it?
There's just a lot of crazy flying around, Doctor. Don't catch any of it.
Crazy? What kind of crazy? Alright, what do we have to follow up on? Is psychokinesis common? That's one. Is Mariana competition? And home visits.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
Bro, why does she need to see me? Anything else you want to share about Dekker?
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Oh, they had a connection. Okay. Between you... I call him Dekker. Why Doctor?
Some mornings I come into work and still expect...
Okay. How can cult leaders turn followers into disciples? That's a hint.
Followers and disciples have a very strong tie to their cult leaders, almost like they've been brainwashed. The author suggests that this is because they've witnessed some kind of psychokinesis, like pyrokinesis or telekinesis.
Oh, like Dekker was showing the patients. He was showing one of them, Nathan, about the fire, right? So we're digging more. We asked if it was common. I haven't read Cult of the Kinetic Mind.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
Oh, okay, okay. Psychokinesis. Is that how you spell
Nope.
it?
Ask me another. You're overthinking things. You don't need to ask me that.
Okay. What should I ask you? Which of... That's what I just said.
That's a strange question to ask. Are you feeling all right, Doctor?
I must be... When you spell it wrong, it doesn't come up either, so... I'm just gonna... I must be spelling it wrong. Whoops, that's not how you spell claim either, see? Psychokinesis.
Most of the patients you're seeing have claimed some kind of psychokinesis. If you don't think that's the case, then they just haven't told you yet.
I mean, I already thought that, of course. Let's see, what else does she have? I haven't read mine. And is Mariana competition for her? Let's get a hint. This is good, though. Did Dr. Dekker do home? Oh, okay. visits.
No, as far as I know, Mariana was the only patient that Dr. Dekker did home visits for.
That's a strange one. Doesn't make any sense. Well, actually, I know why he wanted to do the home visits. Alright, we cleared most of this up now. Is Mariana competition for her?
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
She mentions that. Let's just ask her, stronger connection.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that.
Yeah, we got that one already too.
But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
Okay. You don't see her as competition. Then she was alone, right? Did I ask her that already? Because she refused. Oh yeah, we asked her, what did you do? I think she answered it. Do on their date.
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me.
Wait.
Some mornings I come into work.
I asked her that. Let's see.
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner.
This is a rough one. Trying to think here. But the clue said to ask him, let's see if
Some mornings I come in.
Oh my goodness, okay. Is Eileen who does? Is she into psychology? Of course, she read the book.
Yes, psychology. I think you'll find it's relevant, Doctor.
That doesn't help us much, though. I've asked her what connection. Okay, so the last thing that I have to ask her is she sees Mariana as competition. You can see the green star right there. But she didn't. Let me see. What? Maybe I have to spell doctor too.
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here.
I'm missing something.
Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Or can you? So she says she can't. Okay.
I don't know.
See, I've been spelling it wrong, that's why. Mariana. See, I've been spelling her name wrong, so that's why I wasn't going through.
I have no idea what they did and when they did it. I'm happy to keep it that way too.
So at least she didn't know about that. She was in the dark. Oh, good, good, good. We got through her. We still got Claire and Bryce. Two crazies. Did she speak to the girl at the lake house?
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
A fish? That doesn't make any sense. I have to backtrack a little bit with her. We asked her a lot. Have you seen your arrest report?
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Okay. So I saw it.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Let me see.
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time.
Yeah, I think so.
That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance.
Oh yeah, that's right. She thinks she can bring him back from the dead. Thought I asked her this.
Yes, the father and daughter who live opposite will have seen him, I'd imagine, although they won't have talked to him. If anyone approaches him other than me, David would run a mile. The sociable part of his brain must have died in that week too.
Maybe they're all ghosts.
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Did you speak to a girl?
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
Which bedroom window?
Oh, I found the key. It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
Oh, she was locked out. Or she didn't have a... Okay. So she found the key.
Oh, I found the key.
Yeah.
It must have been there all along, in a drawer in the hallway. I could have sworn I'd looked there already.
Maybe David survived. I doubt it.
Perhaps. Perhaps I missed his vital organs. Perhaps by some strange freak of nature, he only appeared dead for a week
And then came back
and
to
needed
life?
no food or water. Though there was an autopsy, so it's not likely. I think he was definitely dead.
He had to be. The human body can only go so many days without water, right? Like 3 days? You can go a long time without food, but not water. She said she found the key. How is it possible? Did you know anything about the paper spike? Oh, she knows. Tell me your rust.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Let's look at it again then. They were both. Why the steak knife?
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
Okay, okay. I thought I asked her this.
Yes,
right?
he did come back to life, but he's not a zombie. He looks like he always did. Just his mind is encumbered. There's no way back.
Okay. So okay, I gotta follow up now on the steak knife. But she said she didn't have time to think about it. Maybe it's premeditated. To think about it.
Sorry. I don't know.
Let me see.
It's a messy business, stabbing someone. You'd imagine that it would be like slicing into a pie with all the filling just slowly oozing out, but it's so much more dramatic, like popping a cork of a bottle of champagne. Blood sprayed everywhere.
She also said the neighbor. Why would the neighbor? That's not how you spell neighbor, is it?
My neighbours seem far more interested in my business than they are their own. The lake house only has one house opposite, and it was on sale for some time. I suppose I should have bought it.
To think about it.
I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. What happened to Iris? I need to talk to you and check my notes.
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to...
Okay, so let's talk to Bryce. I think he knows, right? Let's start from the beginning. For him, who was the hooded figure?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Let me see. Yeah, why the military?
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
If they get you. I think I asked him this.
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you.
He was crazy,
I
definitely.
know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead. But I did, and so should you. And Doctor, if I wanted to kill anyone, I'd do it in the midnight hour, wouldn't I? And when was Dekker murdered?
Like around 10 o'clock? Okay, so he couldn't have done it, right? It couldn't have been him then. He was in the basement. I should talk to other patients. It was Iris.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
And it was chained, okay. So we ask him who the hooded figure is. What did he do with the chain girl? Let's ask if he
No, I didn't feel lustful, Doctor. I was angry. If I had taken pictures, there would at least been some evidence. A sicker man would have taken pictures and saved the day.
Oh, and he said he saved the day. Let's see,
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement. I never spied on you at midnight. But if you start acting strangely, maybe I will.
this guy's nuts.
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you.
Why should I?
I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead. But I did, and so should you.
Okay. Yeah, why'd you want him dead?
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in
the basement. What'd you see?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Let's ask him. Who?
No, sorry.
So you don't know who it could have been? It's on there's a hard drive? I must have missed that one. Or is that his, like...
There's a
his
hard
stash?
drive with all the pictures I've ever taken on it. The one in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Don't let Jessica see it.
Don't let Jessica see it, okay. Alright. To Jessica.
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings.
Yeah, I remember that. Maybe, The dead.
Sometimes a grave I've dug becomes undug. People blame it on grave robbers. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the grave was undug from the inside out, not the outside in. Only a gravedigger would know.
The basement was Iris. Let's ask him that.
The girl who was chained in the basement. Her name is Iris. How do you know that? Not that it means anything. She wouldn't remember me anyway. Time was frozen. I had no idea there was a connection between those two. Wow. Behind closed doors, eh?
Okay, let's ask him. Did he find anything else when he spied on Dekker?
I spied on Dr. Dekker, not long before he was murdered.
Right.
I didn't need an extra hour to realize Dr. Dekker was strange.
Strange? Strange how?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Oh, I misspelled. Hold on.
I spied on Dr. Dekker.
Alright, let's see. It says Dr. Dekker was evil. Magic healed in her hand. Tell me about the paper spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand. I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real?
Well, yeah, we asked him that. Has he ever killed anyone in the midnight hour? I thought we asked him that too.
No, I've never killed anyone. But then, even if I had, I'm not likely to tell you about it, am I, Doctor?
Yeah, you wouldn't tell me. Wait, these are gone now? See, that doesn't make sense. Sometimes I feel like I have to follow up on something. Where did you follow?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me.
Like it's testing you? How?
I think that I'm becoming a good person, Doctor. I'm ashamed of some of the things I've done, but I'm getting better. The hooded figure, it's testing my morals. Judging me. For what? I don't know.
Maybe that is Dr. Dekker. How was the paper? Example.
In the last couple of sessions I had with him, he put the spike through his hand. He'd be grinning at me while he was doing it. No blood, no nothing. He tried to make me do the same, but I wouldn't.
What, he had to put his hand through? I don't see anything for him. I guess I gotta go to talk to Claire now.
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
No. She's talking about the girl caught some fish.
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her.
And she found her key in the drawer. Maybe she's making it up.
You don't have to analyze everything I say, Doctor. Sometimes a hallway is just a hallway. And yes, before you ask, the same goes for the drawer.
Did Bryce really smoke out David's body? I should talk to him and let Claire know the answer. Ah, okay.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him. I've nothing interesting to say about that.
Did he bury him? What have I asked him? Oh, we already asked him about this.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Oh, yeah?
Don't know.
Don't know, don't care. This guy, both of these two are lying about something. What happened?
I think it was a mistake taking Dr. Dekker to see David. Dr. Dekker wanted to examine him, so they went into a different room. I wasn't worried. David wouldn't speak. But Dr. Dekker seemed very distant after that. He didn't say a word on the way back. Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Okay.
David was dazed and confused when I brought him back to life, as you'd expect. He was scared. He didn't want me to go near him at first, which is understandable, as I did kill him. But I didn't really succeed in bringing him back. He wasn't a big talker before, but even monosyllabic words were more than what he seemed able to give me.
What do you mean? Didn't. Wait, brain.
He made sounds. I could understand him a bit. I thought he'd improve with time, like a child learning to talk, but he didn't.
He's learning to be alive again.
It's only recently that I've come to that conclusion, that he's not going to get better. He's not going to be right again. I think it's his brain. At least he is safe where he is.
He's safe?
At the lake house. He doesn't move from there. For good reason.
What good reason, Claire?
David shouldn't be alive, so he can't just stroll around the neighborhood. It's unseemly. I did think he'd be able to rejoin society at some point, but not anymore. He's getting worse, not better.
Unseemly. How do you spell unseemly? I think just like this.
Do you see David here? No, Doctor. That would be ridiculous.
I don't get it. She says him strolling would be. So what? He doesn't move.
I don't know what you're after, but I don't know anything about that.
Wait, doesn't move from the lake.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What I meant to say is that David never leaves the vicinity of the lake house. I think his hunting would be severely restricted by trying to do it from the kitchen window.
Okay. Did David talk to Dr. Dekker?
You're saying that my David would speak to Dr. Dekker, but not his beloved wife? I don't think so, Doctor. And even if that were true, what would he say? What would he tell him?
Oh, let's tell her that Bryce freed the girl.
What? She was actually his prisoner. Bryce saved Iris? So that's 2 favors I owe Bryce now. And Iris? I'd probably have stopped her death if I'd known it was real. I suppose I should have a chat with her now.
Well, she said probably.
Think, Doctor, think. Use your brain. Or your notes if you have to.
All right, Claire. What else are you hiding, Bryce Freed? Give me a hint. Did Bryce really smuggle out David's body? I should talk to him, then let Claire know the answer. So...
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground.
I know, but Claire says she paid you.
In simple terms, I've got nothing to say.
Maybe I'm spelling clear wrong. Whoops. To remove David's body.
I have absolutely no idea what
See,
you're talking.
he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Why the steak knife? And does she know about the paper spike? They gotta give me a different. Wait, did Bryce really smell like it?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh yeah, he's playing like he doesn't know. She's got a lot of stuff. Let's start with this again.
What? She was actually his prisoner. Bryce saved Iris? So that's 2 favors I owe Bryce now. And Iris? I'd probably have stopped her death if I'd known it was real. I suppose I should have a chat with her now.
Wait, probably.
There was something delicious about the idea of getting revenge on Iris by having Dr. Dekker kill her.
So she knew?
But I'm not wicked.
Let's see. I'm gonna uncover these one by one.
The steak knife was the closest, sharpest weapon I could lay my hands on. I didn't really have much time to think about it.
Think about it.
I don't know anything about that.
Probably wording it wrong. It's gotta be almost precise. To think about it.
Try asking me something I might know.
Or maybe, yeah, wait, I didn't say time.
I didn't plan to kill my husband. It was
But
a
she
spur
keeps-
of the moment thing.
Okay, this is different though.
What is it with men and affairs? Is that why they have a shorter average lifespan?
Alright, we're getting close. I don't want to use a hint because it keeps giving me the same hint to ask Bryce. What changed Decker's mind?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
No, I don't want to see him. Let me ask her again. She asked me where he was stabbed. The report says it was in his heart.
He was stabbed in the heart. Then I'd say whoever killed him didn't want to leave any room for error.
It was you. This lady, man. Alright, what else? We're almost done with her. What changed Dekker's mind? And how does she know Bryce?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people. Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right...
Okay. Who did you pay?
I'm getting tired of all these questions. I'm getting tired of everything. Smuggling a body out of a funeral...
Can she prove David is still alive? But we asked her that too.
I have a picture of him I took after he came back. I'll bring it in next session.
Oh man, we're close, guys. We are close to uncovering this. So far, if I had to guess, I'd say she did it. He keeps wanting me to ask this. Maybe I'm spelling his name wrong.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
So let's see. I probably asked her this already.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult.
Oh man. There's really nothing else to ask him. Did Bryce really smuggle out David's body? I should talk to him. Claire. No, the answer.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult.
I keep going backwards. Let's ask him.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire...
Did Bryce really smuggle out David's body? I should talk to him. There's gotta be something else. Claire says the girl in the basement with Iris, I should talk to you. That Claire says he's been smuggling bodies. Oh, okay.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him...
Let's lie to him.
No. You have an interesting aura, Doctor.
What? Why is he changing the subject?
I don't often see auras, Doctor. Yours is unusual. Like, you're more than one person. Maybe I've had a few too many drams.
What is a dram? A drink? Wait, now he's green? Because we're saying we're gonna get the body exhumed? That didn't make any sense to me, but that's fine. Oh, let's tell Claire.
That's not relevant here.
Oh, maybe, was it the coffin?
I don't know, Doctor.
I'm just missing one, and it's kind of like, I really want to figure this out. If she says that, then...
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult. Unless you pay the right.
Yeah, but he says he didn't. He says he didn't do it. Let me see.
Well, that's what he would say, isn't it?
That's it? Alright, they're all green. Finally, the next day. Yes. Whoa.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up. Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
What? Yes, this is a dream. No, it's not a dream. I mean, it looks pretty real, unless I'm drunk.
That's the wrong answer, Doctor. This is most definitely a dream. Now, tell me, do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
No. Or else all the patients wouldn't be crazy. Oh my goodness.
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor. That's a worrying sign. People obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you. Now, how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
I don't want to get slapped again. I'm going to tell her we encouraged them.
Oh, Doctor, how disappointing. We've been through this already. Encouraging them to use their power just makes them worse. That's what Dr. Dekker did. Look at him now. I thought you were different. Oh, I thought we'd get on, but I'm wrong. Enjoy your sleep, Doctor.
What is she doing? Does she have powers? And where's she going dressed like that? Maybe this is the end. I think I lost the game. Or does it repeat
Someone
itself?
else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame.
And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
These people are whacked. Act 4 dreams? It looks like I've been having dreams.
Morning, Doctor. You're looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
I feel like she's my boss. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it right here. Thanks for watching, and catch the next part.